Mics are hot.
Mics are hot.
Hey,
What up,
yo.
motherfuckers?
Wait, what I do? Check. Oh, yeah, mics are hot, baby. Yeah.
Check.
Check 1 2 1 2. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. That's good to hear.
Whoa.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right. And then we got to see if Daniel can hear, which I'm pretty sure he can. Daniel, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Everyone give me a mic check.
I cannot hear you.
You right. I forgot about
All right, boom. Bam. Awesome, man. So let's get this ball rolling, brother. So we are out here at the Minds Wide Open live event. You know, we got all types of amazing people in the building. So just so the people know, who do we got at the table right now? Let's start to my left.
Is our element Jetson? You know, just came through Sports Show Love.
Hell yeah. And who's running the operation here on the laptops and
Oh, yeah, I can't see me on camera, but, you know, Daniel's here operating the cameras.
Hell yeah. Who else we got?
Corey James.
Corey James is his name.
There you go.
Jay Walley.
Jay Walley. Yo, that's what's up. We got someone else at the table, man. He's chilling. He's chilling with us, you know.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it. I go by the name of D Vair. Shout out to everybody in here right now. You know what I'm saying? We going up. That's it.
Hell yeah, man. Now, the beautiful thing here is that we are all from, you know, you guys have all been on the Florida Vibe Directory podcast in some way, you know, and tell me, like, how do you guys see the scene developing right now? You know, the local scene, because I think that's been a major goal of the Florida Vibe Directory, the podcast, is just to bring people together, showcase the local scene, that what we have, give people an actual platform to show who they are and what they got coming out. But what's your take on the local scene, like the state of it right now?
I think the state is that you know, we just still need more exposure. That's why it's refreshing to see what you guys are doing. You guys are the most consistent platform I see, like pushing artists strictly from this area.
Yeah.
You know? So it's always been creative, man. It's been creative like the last decade. There's so many geniuses and creative people here, and we just need more exposure, more getting the music into people in the right hands and all that. So
Facts.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
We need more people like Minds Wide Open, or the people who can help put the artists on a different platform and show them who they need to go to when they need to make the right connections.
Yeah, you guys are definitely the top guys for that. Because I feel like everybody else, they don't have that level of like attention to detail that you guys have. You guys, I could tell you guys actually care.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody that's, you know, that cares and that's on it and wants to build, you guys are definitely the right guys for that.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
So.
Appreciate it for sure.
I just know from personal experience, what I've noticed, like South Florida used to have this like stigma of being really, like everyone's really, really standoffish. Like no one really wanted to work with anyone unless it's someone they like been knowing for a long time, or they can completely profit off of them. Yeah. But I'm starting to notice there's a lot more people starting to pop up where it's like, okay, I'm doing it. I hate to say it, but like for the culture. It sounds corny to say, but like it is. Like a lot more people are doing it for the culture. A lot more people are doing it just because they want to just hear good music coming out, or they want to promote like more people, more art and stuff like that. So that gatekeep mentality is starting to go away to where it's no longer just like, all right, are you going to make me money? Or are you someone that I'm cool with who's going to help me get these opportunities? Now it's just like, you got people like Luke who's just champion just random people because he just likes them. He's literally just a fan. And so everywhere he goes, he's going to scream Element Jenson's name everywhere he goes because he's actually a fan. There's a lot more people who aren't afraid to admit that they're fans of local people. It's not uncool to be like, I'm cool, I'm a fan of this local guy. Like, you don't have to be a fan of popular people anymore. You can now be a fan of like a local dude and promote it, and it's cool because people are now looking for that local person. There's no longer just like, all right, I'm not going to not listen to you until you're popping, because that was a real thing back in the day, and that was the weirdest thing to me. People only wanted to listen to people that other people were listening to. It made no sense to me.
That is facts.
I still feel like that's a thing, but like further down south, like kind of Miami-ish.
Yeah, 100%.
But that's another discussion. So, yeah.
Another
Corey
bag of
apparently
worms.
guys beef with Miami people.
No.
What you got against Miami people?
Well, the thing is, no, you're not lying, Miami people, but I think that comes with the culture of Miami. Like, if you're not flexing, you know, people
Right.
don't want to recognize.
Yeah, they got to see you do that, and then they form an opinion off of that. Like, okay, all right, you look like you're doing something, so I'm gonna pay attention to you now.
Exactly.
If you're not showing it off, they're not paying attention.
I
Unfortunately.
completely agree, man.
Yeah.
They need to see the flex to follow the flex.
Right.
But if that's not happening, then they're like, oh no, I don't know who that is. Sorry.
Might as well be a ghost.
I hate that mentality, man.
Bro, but it's very prominent. And I think that's just the essence of the city. Like, just straight up.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Because if you look at the culture, that's the one place I've seen people in a Rolls Royce and not have a dollar to the name. Like, they're broke,
Yeah.
but they're flexing.
Right.
But it's about the image and what
Right.
people see than what they really have.
Yeah, it's like real life social media. Oh, it's weird. It's like the Instagram tactics, but in real life.
Yeah, it's true.
it's
One
weird.
thing, although that is the culture, we can't live really without it. I think it's a very important part of South Florida. Because if you think about like a lot of the prominent venues that are down here, a lot of the entertainment spots are really in Miami. You know, if you
Right.
want like a nice venue, it's kind of hard to find one in the Fort Lauderdale, this region.
Yeah. it's
In
a gap.
Miami, they're always there for
Yeah.
some reason.
Yeah.
It's meant for artistic expression, so
Yeah.
it's definitely like an open playing field for that. So I appreciate it overall.
For sure.
Well, Miami kind of has a head start because like they've had Wynwood built that up into the art district. I'm noticing in Broward County, ever since that big ass fucking guitar went up down the block,
Yeah.
there's a lot more stuff popping up. You just have to look for it. But I see within like the next 5 years, this area, like not even like the Fort Lauderdale area, the Hollywood, Dania area, there's going to be a lot more events and stuff like that, a lot more event spaces. Because I'm starting to notice on Hollywood Boulevard, past 95, there's starting to be clubs where there's lines. Like if you drive past on a Friday, there's full lines as if you were somewhere on South Beach and stuff like that. And I don't know if you guys grew up in this area, but back in the day, it was
None
like,
of that.
that wasn't a thing. Like
For sure.
Hollywood east of 95, there was nothing going on unless you were going to the beach. But now I'm starting to notice there's clubs, there's bars, people actually going there, like people going to downtown Hollywood. I didn't even know that was a thing. There's a downtown
All the time,
Hollywood.
bro.
Yeah.
That place can get ratchet sometimes too. Downtown Hollywood can get lit.
Yeah.
I like downtown Hollywood. Honestly.
It's a big vibe for sure.
Yeah, but one thing you can see is just the condominiums that are popping up here. Like hella condos, just like literally right here in Dania Beach. They got this massive complex of condos and apartments that just sprung up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
That shows you if the money's moving in, something's gonna be happening with the area.
Right.
Something's gonna be popping off.
That's true.
And as creatives, you need to realize sometimes like we get afraid once gentrification starts coming into town. But you got to remember, as creatives, they need to be like this is the one thing they really can't bring because they're coming to Miami for culture, and so those people come from New York, Texas, Atlanta, all that stuff. They're looking to the people who make the music, the painters, the beat makers. They're looking to us for the art. So if we can get ahead of what everyone is coming into South Florida, we can now I don't want to say control the narrative, but now we kind of become the gatekeepers, but at the same time, we can limit the amount of gatekeeping that's going on to where it's like, okay, now it's not just people putting on their homeboys who don't even rap, but because you have some bread and you have studio quality, we're going to help you rap. And now you're the popping rapper. Meanwhile, you have people who've been like, actually care about the art that are not getting the same amount of shine now.
Right.
No, that's true. That's very true, man. Yeah. Yeah.
It's just all about getting ahead of the
Yeah,
curve.
capitalizing.
Stop being afraid of it, making sure your business is straight when it comes to your music. I get it's all about the art, but you also just gotta make sure your business is straight too. A lot of people don't have their business straight. They got all the streams in the world, all the followers, but none of their businesses are
No money off of it.
at all.
It's wild.
I mean, I think that's really where this idea of like you separate the two, right? A lot of artists, I think that's why they sign to labels a lot of times, or they sign to a manager, or they outsource the business portion because they know they're bad at it,
Right.
and they get someone else that are good at business to do that portion for them. The real question is whether or not they'll be taken advantage of, right? That's where you got to be a little bit careful and understand and read the between the lines of that contract, right? But it's necessary if you're a dope ass artist. It allows you to just focus on your art.
Yeah.
But you just can't be naive. I think that's
Nah.
something that's so important, bro. You really gotta get that street smart and not be naive.
As artists, how do you guys feel? Do you guys rather handle your own business? Do you guys feel like you need a team to do it?
I've been on both ends of it, and shit is moving way more faster when I'm just able to focus on the music. It makes the music better, and it makes the business better too, because everything needs its own attention to it. Like, I know how to make music because I apply so much attention to it, but it's the same exact thing with the business side of it. It needs to be your whole focus. You need to set days aside just to focus on booking different shows, interviews, rollouts, press runs, and all of that. So I prefer. I mean, if you're business minded, it helps, but I feel like anything is better when everyone has their own role to play instead of just trying to be, one man show.
How about y'all?
I agree with Element. I've been on both sides of the spectrum as well. From having managers to not having managers, to just grinding on your own and making more connections on your own and going down to different shows and talking to different people and just getting connected.
And even if you can't do it on your own, you will hit a breaking point where you're fatigued.
Yeah,
Yeah, you will hit a breaking point.
that is true.
Now here's the saying up the
My thing is like, it's kind of awkward how it looks. My thing is like, I feel like it's important to listen, to your mentors in your life. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, it's cool to have an independent mindset. Everybody could be, proactive and intuitive or whatever. But like at the end of the day, we have to listen to the people that have experience with the expertise in a certain level. You know what I'm saying? Or if not a mentor, like study what legends have done. That's what I believe in. You know what I'm saying? As an artist. But I just think it's important to listen, bro. You know what I'm saying? Listen to wise people. Listen, people in your life or people that you see that are influential or whatever. I feel like it's important, bro. For real. That's just my opinion, though. That's just,
Do y'all feel like y'all giving away a portion of your career if y'all were to like sign to someone or have signed to a manager or something like that? Do you feel like you're giving away part of your art?
That's a good question.
Even if it's not like a label deal, like you said, when you sign to a manager, that's a full-time thing. Like you have to trust them. Like, all right, I believe in your mind and where you're gonna take my career. Do you feel like you're like giving away a portion to that?
You're doing that in a partnership. You're spending time. You're donating time to someone, even if it's 50-50, regardless. So I don't see the difference in signing to a manager. It's a case-to-case basis, obviously. Depends on the circumstance of what was going on, everyone who's involved, who has experience, who doesn't, how fresh is it, what are you doing, what's the market. There's a lot of things that factor in, but I don't see it as much as a disadvantage.
You said you've done management and you've done without management. Your management, was it like someone you knew beforehand or someone you met through music?
Yes and no. So with me and Marcus, is someone that he knew before the music, but someone I didn't know until the music. So it's kind of like a little bit of both.
Got you. Okay, so there was already a personal.
It was already a personal. Yeah. There's already personal involved.
Because how much do you want your business to be with your personal? Like, do you want to like? All right, well, my team.
And that was a big thing when he first brought it to me, because for me, it was like a stranger. It's like you're always skeptical. Like, why does he want to invest so much time into me? Like, I know I'm talented, but like, why? So I think it's easier when there's a personal relationship. But on the flip side, if it's personal, you have to have somebody that you're comfortable checking, because if it's your boy, and you're slacking, then shit's just always gonna fall backwards. So it's a balance.
How about with y'all? Y'all try to fill your team with your day one homies, or y'all the type of person who's like, all right, I need specific people to fill this role. It's not about friendships and homies.
I think starting out, it was with friendships and homies. And then as it got to where it was now, like started to be with people who I knew that person, but we never really like connected like that. And then we sat down, had an agreement, talked about it, went over some paperwork, and then it became a great relationship.
Okay. What about you?
I feel like it's pros and cons to everything, but at the end of the day, I feel like working with somebody that you personally know, they might have your back on a different, on a different level. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a different moral connection.
They might fight a little harder for you.
Huh?
They might fight a little harder. They care more because they care about you.
And someone who knows you just has a better grip on the image you want and how you want shit to turn out that you can't explain to a stranger.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's just that energy. It's energy. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, looking at it from the management of maybe like, a large corporation that wants, it's like 2K in the sequence where it's like, do you want to let your friend manage you, or you want to sign with this, you know what I'm saying? This agency, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, you could choose that, and then everything happens after that based upon your choice. And it's just like, it's just crazy how life is portrayed in so many different, in so much media, you feel me? And like games and shit, it's just crazy. But anyway, I feel like, you want me to answer you like with the choice of like, would I do that or this?
Yeah, which one would you prefer?
I'll probably just keep it real and let my homie manage me. You know what I'm saying? Because you could have a homie that really understand the business and he's street smart and he got love for you. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's just deeper. That's more powerful. You know what I'm saying? And you, instead of signing to a big thing, 1 million, whatever, you could grow gradually and get. And it's even better when you reach to that level you want to get at when you with your peoples. You know what I'm saying? It's deeper and it's just a beautiful thing. I've seen it with like a lot of artists. It's dope. You know what I'm saying? So.
What about as far as the like production side of the business? How does that work? Because I don't feel like producers don't really have. They're usually expected to handle their own business most of the time.
Yeah, there's producers that have like managers, that kind of, I guess, or maybe A&Rs, we call it, people that will shop their beats around or whatever. Me personally, I'm the one that's like talking to the manager. Once we get the song done, working on like splits and things on the back end, the business side usually. But me personally, it's been me the whole time.
I was about to say, do you think it's necessary to have some type of agent or conduit to?
Yeah, I would say so. Only just like how you said, it's one less thing for me to do.
Yeah,
I could just, instead of doing all of that, I could be in the studio.
It's important to realize like any type of form of entertainment, it's the same ball game. Because I rap, I sing, and I produce, and I thought I could start just producing for mad people, but then I started to realize, no, like I have to have a whole life for producing too. Like, I have to have a whole agent, a whole way to market. It's different than music.
It's a lot, yeah. So you kind of have to learn how to just section off different things. You know? So for me, my ideal thing was, I would have somebody, if it were up to me, to just kind of handle that side, so then I could just focus on production. You know what I mean? So
now, when you go into making beats, is it a thing where it's like, all right, the business is handled before you even get into the studio? Like right now when you're on?
Sometimes it varies, but I would say majority of the time, no. We just kind of go in there and see what happens, and if something comes of it, then that's when we start discussing the details.
I was about to ask, like, at what point does it go from that to like, okay, let's get professional about it?
I would say pretty much
like when they about to drop it, or
right before the drop.
Okay,
like,
so you make the art without even thinking about the business, and then if you see the art, like, all right, cool, I fucks with this song. Now let's talk.
Yeah, I always want to see what it can become.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like
I'd imagine you don't want to be super business from the jump because it's a turn on.
No, exactly. And I like to work with people.
Right, right.
We'll work to that point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and I try to be fair in any business dealings like that. But yeah, usually I just, hey, you're dope. Let's try and make something. If you make something and it comes out that it's something that we want to put out, then that's when we start discussing the business side. For sure.
So how do y'all decide like who y'all want to work with? Do y'all just slide in the DMs type thing? Do y'all hear a song and like, all right, cool, I want to hit them up and slide in them? Do you wait to meet them in person? How do y'all usually like do y'all connect? Like, how'd you meet Mark? Like, what was the story of you and Mark teaming up?
So it's a little different because I knew Mark for like as long as I knew you, like almost 20 years, actually longer because I knew him before you. So it wasn't nothing to just hit me up because he saw me doing music and he hit me up around 2019, 2020. And he was just on, yo, I'm doing the music thing. You know, I sang and all that. And then that kind of let a spark to me. And I was like, okay, I had him do a hook for a song I was doing, and it came out dope. And then during the pandemic, that's when he really reached out, because I think he started that was his first time doing music too, and he got a taste of it, and he was like, "Yo, we should collab more. We should like do like an actual project." And then it just took off from there. So as far as like, I mean, that's a little different from your question, but that's how we came about. I think you were asking like, how do I choose who I want on the project?
Yeah, how do you choose? Sorry, I started laughing because we got.
I'm over here creaking this shit. It's like, I'm like, oh fuck.
But how do you usually decide like, all right, this is the person I want to work? Because I've seen Corey. Corey walks around like he's Nick Saban, and he's ready to hit up anyone anytime he goes to an event. But how do y'all pick y'all collaborators?
Yeah, I mean, all right. So on the producer tip, I want to work with everybody. I feel you. Like I want to tap in every single genre, every style, because it's just more fun that way. With music, I mean, as an artist, I'm a bit more picky and selective, and also from the jump, when I do projects, I'm kind of crazy, but I write the whole shit out. Like I write the whole track list. I envision how I write the album title, everything. I start thinking who's gonna fit where, and that's how I choose who could be on the project, and I kind of narrow it out that way. I'm not really like in the spur of the moment, oh, we just linked up, or because I fuck with you, we have to make music. Like there's a lot of rappers I know that we have maybe one song together. If that, I don't try to force it either. So I'm kind of picky when it comes to my craft too.
Right. What about with y'all, the artists?
Sometimes it's from past relationships that I've known for a while.
Okay.
Like back in high school, I was part of a poetry club, and there were some artists in that poetry club that I rocked with, and then like Element said, probably got like one song together. Me and Element did a track back in the day, and it's just based off relationships. Like I got another homeboy that's here too named Soul. He was actually the person that got me in the booth. So like I would go to his house to record, and then we just kind of just clicked up and just started making music.
Okay, so your collaborations also just happen naturally.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
You're not a psychopath like him, where he plans out the whole entire thing word for word, right there, verses for him.
Nah, I'm just really visionary. Like I can't explain. That's the only way I can make it in like full pieces.
Oh no, I'm talking crap. Honestly, like people who make music amaze me, because I'm a photographer and I do videography. And the fact that like you're able to make something with like, you just sit down. I watch Corey in the studio all the time make beats, and like he makes it from literally the first,
from scratch.
Yeah, from the scratch, from the first sound. Yeah. There's no loop, nothing.
Yeah.
He's just over there, just like random drums, random piano keys and stuff like that. And that just amazes me how like people are able to visualize. So the fact that you're able to be like, all right, this is my whole entire project ahead of time. This is what this song is going to sound like, so I know exactly what artist.
Yeah.
Like, were y'all born like that? Or was that like skills you had to learn?
No, I was never like that. Like I'm actually at a point now where like I have a beat in my head and I record it on like I beatbox it on, I record it on an audio on my phone, and I'll go and like imitate it. But that comes from years of doing this shit. Like I've been making music since like 2009. You know what I'm saying? It's like over and over and over. You start to, shit just becomes natural to you. It's like water.
He may have been making music since 2009, but he's been writing since like the 5th grade. I used to have to steal his rhyme book to read it.
Damn. Yeah, I think you brought up a good point though. Like, is it nature or nurture when it comes to how an artist goes about their craft? Like, is it their personality type that dictates how meticulous they are and when the way they plan things out? Or is it more like they just learn that shit through habit and then learning from their peers?
I mean, I don't know.
It's both.
Yeah, it could be a little bit of both. Like me, I've been listening to music all my life, obviously. But the way I go about, like, see how he said he puts, like, he beatboxes and stuff. I should start doing that, but I never do it. Usually, I like cooking up from scratch. So, like, say me and him get in the studio. Yeah. I'll go off of his vibe, because his vibe is going to challenge me to think of different sounds. You know what I mean? So,
off of that, when you're cooking up for other people, do you prefer just cooking up in your own zone and then present it to them, or do you like having someone send you like?
Nah, they gotta be in the room.
Okay, yeah, that's how I feel. That's how I feel. I used to make beats a lot more like a few years ago, and it was just all shit that I'll cook up on my own and people fuck with it. But I would always, and people would be like, damn, your shit, you got the best beats for yourself, but I got like the B-list beats. But mentally I was like, because I know what I want.
Exactly.
So you getting the B-list shit. But
Right.
like if you with me cooking it up,
then
you
go, hey, because then you're there to say, hey, what if you try this? So I don't like that. You know what I mean? That's why I like direction too a lot of the time. Because like when I'm by myself, I tend to overthink.
Okay.
And if I'm making something for someone by myself, whereas like most of the time when I cook by myself, I'm free. I'm just making whatever comes to me at that time. But when I'm specifically working or making a beat for somebody, I like for them to be there.
Yeah.
To tell me like, hey, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Or why don't you switch this? Or why don't you know what I mean? So
that's what ends up happening anyways. Like, oh yeah, take that out.
Yeah, take that out. And then, we go back, we edit, we see what sounds best and, go from there. So.
Yeah. You ever produce?
No, never.
Nah. The solo produce?
Solo doesn't produce yet, but he's getting into it.
He be mixing though.
He mixes. He mixes real well.
Yeah.
Y'all ever made a beat and like it was supposed to be for someone, but you're like, this is too good. I want to kind of clutch onto this. Or have you ever made a beat period where you're like, I want to clutch onto this for like, I want to make the song for this. I don't want to give this away.
Yeah, a couple times. There's a couple times where I'm like, this beat is too good to just go to anybody.
That was immature me though. Like now I can very well acknowledge when I was like, cause it took a few examples of someone taking my beat and doing something with it that was way better than what I would have done. And then it was like, okay, now when I start to make shit, I could see if I really would bring the best out of this or if I should hold it with someone. I already started seeing people who could be on it when I cook shit up too. So,
right.
It's maturity. You can't rap on everything.
Right.
Another thing, as far as like rap wise,
I think you out.
As far as rap wise, another thing, do you clutch onto your music for like when you make your music? Do you release it as soon as it's done, or is it something?
I aim to. I hate holding on to shit.
You one of the first people because a lot of people always tell me like they clutch on, like they don't like they clutch on their music for a while.
Yeah, and they bug me. They bug me because here's my thing on that. A lot of people who do that, they was like, nah, this is the hot shit. I can't give it away like that. The way I feel about it is like, okay, one out of two things. Either you're a gimmick, and if it's a gimmick, you need to drop that shit like hotcakes because it's trendy. It's not going to be hot for a long time.
Sure.
Or if you're talented, you're going to cook up better shit anyway. Like just drop it. Either way you cut it up, you need to drop shit when you make it. I hate people who hold on to shit. Only time I hold on to shit is literally because something has to get mixed or something, the way I'm presenting it is fucked up and I have to wait and take my time. But I never like intentionally. That's crazy.
That's a great point.
I'm not gonna like. I consider them pussy. I feel like people who clutch onto their music, they're afraid of getting a response, like getting the wrong response. So they're like, I don't want to release this because I love this song so much. I don't want to drop it, and then not everyone loves it. Because people don't even be afraid of like negative responses. They're afraid of no response, and it's the weirdest shit. They're more afraid of no response than a negative response. If they post it and get 0 likes, it crushed them and they'll end their whole career over. If
for a lot of people, no response is worse than
that's presentation.
Anything. It's just like you don't matter.
That's what you have to study. Presentation. When to drop it, you have to read the room. Is the good time to put this out? What's going on?
Right.
How does this look to someone? You got to think of how. And I have so many friends that do music, and I take notes on how they put shit out. What shit makes me want to really fuck with them? What makes me like, I'll get to it. You know, you have to study that shit.
Very much so.
Sorry, I'm a little bit high.
Off what?
Bro, I'm about to say, I smoke unnecessarily all day long. I have curated the perfect life for a stoner to where I just work at a studio all day. I don't even make music, but I own a music studio. So I just sit there and smoke and just listen to other people's music all day. It's the greatest life ever.
That's how it should be.
Like I feel proud that the fact that I can give you like a 45-minute set of nothing but like my homeboys, like of like literally people who I know, I dap up and I talk to like every like 2-3 weeks or so. I take the pride in that. I love doing that because I'm a fan of a lot. I make fun of Luke all the time, but like I really am a fan of a lot of local dudes.
Yeah.
Like I'm not afraid to like admit it.
I learned that like I've been doing, on the come up for like almost a decade, and all the venues I go to, there hasn't been one venue I gone to in South Florida where I don't found an artist who's dope as fuck. Like not mid, not okay, like
fire,
dope as fuck.
and it'd be some like
all the time.
random. I discovered this band because they did a show at my studio called Nigga Graveyard.
Bro.
Nigga Graveyard.
they got shit out?
Bro. Yes. Hold on. Let's see if I can find. Oh,
Bro.
they're amazing. Like, when I first seen
I
it,
cried.
I usually hate people with like weirdo names. Like I hate Yeet and people whose names sound like they're jokes. But so when I see Nigga Graveyard on the flyer,
Yeah, it was.
I was like, oh, this is gonna be some bullshit. But when they actually started playing, like it was.
I'm talking about like live instruments, like the drummer, bass player, guitar player.
Granted, I was a
Crazy.
little upset that their bassist was a white guy and they called Nigga Graveyard.
Nah, he's like Spanish or something. He's not white.
He can't say nigga.
He can say graveyard.
Right.
Bro, the best part about
And the word graveyard, man.
the best part about the show was that it was actually hosted by a white dude. Shout out Scola. So when it came to announcing their name, I'm sitting there like, is he gonna say it? And he gets on stage. He goes, "Next up, we got N-word Graveyard."
I missed that.
I was
remember
like,
that.
you know what, Scola? I love you for that. Thank you. And I really thought he was about to come up there and be like, all right, we got Nigga Graveyard.
No, nigger graveyard.
Nah, he definitely wouldn't have got. I would have been.
Uh-oh, Luke just walked in. It's like, we said nigga too many times. Whoever our nigga quota.
It's the N-word police.
Luke, have you ever heard of Nigga Graveyard?
It's not a test. It's like a real group.
It's a group.
It's a band.
It's an actual band. I'm
It's a
trying to
band.
find them right now.
No, I was actually trying to reprocess the words. So make sure I took it right.
Nigga Graveyard, bro. I'm pretty sure.
Adrian just
That's
moving
what-
chips around and shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nigga Graveyard, bro. Them niggas is awesome.
They weren't going for branding. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
At all, yeah. Like
They're gonna have to do
They
something.
do not care about getting signed to a label. I don't know because I was in the military. Yes, I did.
So y'all just sitting here letting
How do we get there?
Because we were talking about like discovering random art, like local art, like dope ass local artists. Oh, where they look? Here, down here. They were actually they were at one of the shows we threw at the studio. That's how I found them. How I found out about them. Like if you go to these local hole in the walls, there's some really amazing artists.
I was just saying, all the times I've been to a venue in South Florida, I've been one time I haven't found a dope ass artist.
Yeah, they were the highlight of that show. Most definitely. Personally.
That's the thing. A lot of people when they think about South Florida, they only think of SoundCloud rap. They don't realize there's so much going on. I thought it was
What's everybody's favorite local non-rap act?
Ooh, non-rap. See, I'm gonna cheat and then I'm going
Camila
R&B.
Cabello.
You could cheat and say 99% technically. That's all singing, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
99?
You can say 99%.
They like number
I took
three.
that one, so
Yeah, you took that.
99% like number three.
Non-rap.
yeah.
I don't know too much, to be honest. But I think I still go with Zanaya.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's a good choice.
I'll probably go with
Has she
12.
dropped recently?
12 That's probably one of my local
She
favorites.
dropped something earlier this year.
Damn, I haven't checked that out yet. Slipping.
Oh fuck yeah,
12.
He in there too.
12 is up there.
He's a beast.
Most definitely. And I'm a fan of him because of what he's doing for like the community, like the local creatives and stuff like that. He's also putting on for a lot of people. As soon as he got his shine, he was quickly willing to like reach down and like I don't want to say reach down, but he reached down to everyone else. Like, all right, look, I want to put y'all up and bring y'all next to me and stuff.
We
like
just
that.
used this spot to perform last month. So
Wow.
Nice.
I don't know too many people outside of rap like for
Corey James said
Down
he's his
here.
own favorite artist.
nah.
He's listening to his own beats all day.
Slightly true,
Him and Noble can just be each other's favorite,
but he raps.
fuck.
See,
But not as a rapper though. I mean, just
wait, he raps too?
Noble.
Yeah.
that's all he do. Oh, yes. Well, he used to. I don't know. You gotta ask him.
It's,
but
it's
yeah,
more of he used to, I guess.
It's more of
Okay.
more he used to. I did his first mixtape like 9 years ago now already. Damn. Yeah, time flies.
How many tracks?
Like 12.
Who's kind of like Black Ant.
Yo, Black Ant is a good one. Except, yeah, he does rap too.
True.
I don't know why Luke is pretending that he's not a rapper.
When was I?
He never not. I don't think he never not
You're
pretends.
the only one who thinks I'm doing that.
Maybe because I just met Luke, but like first time I heard Luke freestyle, like Luke was trying to like play it off, like he'll be like, hey, like let's bring people in to freestyle, let's bring people freestyle. He wouldn't freestyle, like he'll just let everyone else do it. But I didn't realize Luke
He's
was
a
actually
host.
out here. So he should freestyle too.
Bro, Luke is.
That's not what I'm doing at that moment, though.
We getting a freestyle from you today?
I might hit the cipher. I think we're cycling seats out now.
Oh, it's going on now?
Oh, already started?
Oh, damn.
It's been going on.
Oh
Shit.
damn!
Yeah, we're actually gonna do like 1 hour parts of this podcast, so we're about to end it when that wraps up. But anyone's welcome to move at any time. Like we're trying to keep this fluid. You know?
Yeah.
Got you. I gotta slide a beat in there somehow. In the rotation.
You gotta talk to Ant, the producer of That Feel Records. Shout out That Feel Records hosting the cipher over there.
Look, y'all can go check out the freestyles. I'll just do ASMR for the next 30 minutes.
Yeah, let's not do that.
I might got beats too.
It's pizza.
I'm just gonna chew some pizza into the microphone.
All right, yeah. I'm not trying to do that. That's disturbing. I'm out.